Hello, party people. I am in the mood, so let's do something. I had been asked to do a tutorial on the letters that I do. When it comes down to like writing the months and how I do the shading and shadowing. It's simple. I learned it from another artist. We'll get it right eventually. And it's easy for me, but I understand it may not be easy for everyone else to be able to look at what someone else is doing and turn around and write it back down. So I'm going to try my best to do this tutorial, trying to find some tombows that'll contrast very well. If tombows is how it's pronounced, it might be I consider because it's Tom and a bow, but whatever. That's just neither here nor there. So I need a bright color, and I'm also going to I don't want to do pink, and I will not say why I don't want to do pink. Let me do another brighter color. Children are still here. It's still summer break. This is 845. That's a red. It'll work. So yeah, children still screaming in the background. Alrighty. They're supposed to be cleaning, but who knows what they're doing. I'm gonna use this dadgummit, this one right here. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, but you know what I'm talking about. So here we go. I'm gonna just start off with the month that we're in right now that I'm recording. I'm gonna do July. I might backtrack and do some of the longer ones. But here's what I do. I kind of imagine what I'm gonna do, but you know, you also have to incorporate the technique. So in calligraphy, even with the regular pens, it's light up, hard down, light up, hard down, pressing. You know, it's like that, you know, and you go light up, hard down, press hard down. And it's the same technique. So when you're doing the letter A, like I'm going to do the capital letter A, and there's two ways that I do it. Capital letter A, I do light up, hard down, and light across. Now the other letter A that I do, which is more on the cursive end of letter A, I start, you know, up high, light up, hard down, light up, hard down, up. That's not perfect, but that's just showing you because I'm doing it slow. If I were to do it without being slow, there you go. That's what you have. And the capital other way. Anytime you go down, you press. Anytime you go up, you don't press hard. It's kind of that simple thing. So downward strokes, upward strokes. Okay, and that's either way. You're holding your pen what some will consider the right way, or holding it this way. It doesn't matter. Okay. And because it's my handwriting is for me, you know, so I might add a little extra in there that may not look right, but that's my handwriting. Like when I was doing, why do I keep saying the word like? For example, when I was doing kindergarten virtual with my daughter, you know, I learned that I've been writing the letter W wrong. And I can't remember what it was, but like just basic printing, I was writing, or was it M? I think it was M I was doing wrong. But once you start learning cursive, you know, M, I think it's supposed to be like this, but I was doing it like this. Well, why? Because when you're writing cursive, that's an M. So same, you know, what have you. But anyways, on to this shading thing. So once you get the calligraphy part down, which is practice, I remember taking calligraphy in 5th grade with a regular nibbed or a regular fountain pen or a beginner's pen that had the fountain bits in it. I still have, and the nibs, I still have my pen. I just don't use it because brush pens are way easier. And I don't have to worry about cleaning the pen and all that kind of stuff. Like, I just, it's more for fun. So anyways, let's go. After you get through all the letters, like, you can get all kind of worksheets online, Pinterest, what have you, to figure out the lettering. And you can add it to how you want to. Like, I've been practicing since last year on what I want it to look like. So there you go. So anyways, let's do July. So I'm going to incorporate a little bit of cursive and calligraphy in it. Up, light, hard, down, light. Alright, so yeah, the power went out, so I had to stop. Don't know why the power went out, but it did. But anyways, back to this. We're doing July. So we're going up, going down, hard, up, light, down, up. Now you want to carry that one on up a little bit because you're going to do that L. And it's light all the way around, down, hard, and then up again. And you just keep that whole technique going. Okay. Now I'm done with that. I'm going to do my shadowing. Now what I like to do is imagine a light hitting it from this direction. So if a light is going this way, the shadow's going to be on that side. So always think this side, not, so if you're looking at the letter, you're thinking this side of the letter, not this side. So even in the loops, you draw a line down, draw a line down. I mean, you actually don't have to pick up, I just bad habit, down. Now when you come down here, flicking things, I'm going to use the brush pen side. I'm not going to press hard. And I'm going to go forward and stop, come back. Because it's hard to tell here, but you just want it to kind of connect, but you don't want it to be too heavy. Alright, back to the pen side. Even this loop gets its shadow look underneath here. And this side, you're going to kind of start light and then make it big, you know, and then go back light again, like make a kind of an angle to it. You same way, except for I'm making, you know, more of a blocky. And then under here, into this little bit of line, you're just gonna draw a little bit there. Here you can do the same thing. In this loop, you start about halfway here, go down. That here. You just stay on the right side of the letter. That's all you gotta do. And there you go, you have your shadow. Okay. Now for extra razzle dazzle, I'm gonna do this bigger. Just with that pen, it's small. A little razzle dazzle, you take a small millimeter point pen. And I say small because some people, like, I have a 0.5. I don't have a 0.3. I don't have a 0.1. I don't have a 0.038. Like, I don't have that. I have a 0.5. That's what I have, and that's what I'm gonna use. And or just any fine point, and you just go around. Oh shoot, I forgot a side. Right here. Because that's what you're doing. You're going to do it on the side where you have the shadows. And you don't connect the dots. You just, where the shadow is, you go around with it. Don't connect the lines. You don't want to connect the lines. Dang it, I did it again. I forgot right here. forget your loops. You're not going to be able to hit every loop. There you go. Now you see how some of them have a space and some of them don't have a space? It's okay. Like, it's not, you know, being graded. So anyways, now let's do it with the big pen so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Let's get this bullet joint out of the way. Let's see. Just give me more room to write. Alright, we're going to do August, since August is the next month. Alright, I'm going to do, I don't know which A I'm going to do. Let me see which one I want to do with this pen. Either one. I'll probably do this one though, because I did that one. So let's start. Give yourself room to make mistakes. I'm not good with these brush pens. I have to go over stuff 1,000 times. As you can see, I don't do the up really well with these because these brush pens are very flimsy, I guess. They're not very structured. So getting that calligraphy look is a little bit harder because you have to be patient with yourself. And as you see, I don't do the up very well because I don't have much control. It's hard for me to have that control, but I'm gonna keep practicing it. It's just harder for me. I like a more firmer brush. Because here I can't quite figure out the depth that I need to push on these. So it's more of a drawing than it is a, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, you see what I'm saying. Alright, now for the contrast purpose, we're using the brush side. You can use either, but you'll have to do more with the other side. And this color I'm using so you can actually see the shadow. So you're going to start here, and with the brush pen, you're not doing it with a hard press. You're not doing that. You're doing it with a lighter press. So you're just doing it with the tip like that. Okay? And you go down. There you go. Start in that corner right there at the top. And you go down. Connect it here. Don't forget your underlings right here. You need those. These loops are not hard. You just half. So how can I explain the half? It's almost like you can take a ruler and you start with the half of the circle. Kind of like you start with the point of the A, the point of the G, and you work your way in. You can go back through and kind of bleed, you know, not bleed, but fill that in. Let's see, in here. I'm going to do it here as well. Again, I'm not doing a huge shadow. Okay, remember when I was saying you kind of cut it? That's where you cut it. Because you want to make it look like it's not quite coming out of the... You don't want to make it a hard line like that. You want it to look like it's shadowed in right in here. I'm going to have to make this thicker because of what I did down there. Which means I'm going to have to go back through and make these a little bit thicker, just a smidge, so they don't look too out of place in the shadow area. I'm not doing that last one because I don't want to. Alright, here's where the point is, and you go down. And you disappear. That's kind of what it is. It's a disappearing trick. It disappears, it does that little curve. Alright, and we're here. Don't connect. It looks nice if you don't connect. Here we go. Alright, yes please. here's another one. Disappearing trick. I'm not good at this disappearing trick. I'm just going to let you know. But a good way to do it is to start in the color, start in the letter, and then pull it out and go up. That's a good way to do it. Alright, point. Find your point. And these curved letters. And disappear. And find the point. Get your curve. And disappear. I'm going to pull this disappear out just a little bit more. Okay. Here's another one we're going to try to do. And disappear. Down. These down ones are real easy to do the disappearing trick. It's these buddies on the side that are hard. Because you still need a shadow of some sort. I'm going to add that one there, and it's probably not supposed to be there, but I'm going to do it anyway. And here. Alright. Now I got to do one up here too. Because it's on that side. That's the hard part about doing these shadows, is because when you're doing, oh, here's another one that I missed. When you're doing the ones that are across, it's hard to do. So it's easier when you're just doing a down. But when you start doing this, well, your shadow has to go somewhere. Okay? Let's make it more defined. Your shadow has to go somewhere. And if you're doing where the light is hitting, if you're doing it where the light is hitting it this way, which is what I normally do. I think of the light hitting it, so I'm always doing the same shadow. This is perfect. Doing a deeper shadow because I have a wider thing. But if it's hitting this way, and then you have to hit the shadow a certain way. And that's just a little bit harder to do, you know? Some people are like, oh, just go ahead and do the other thing. Well, you can do that. You can. But for the depth of it to look like it's lifted, you normally just do the shadows on that one side. So you only do it here and here. And it does a disappearing act. And that's how the shadows work. But I'm a newbie at this. I could be wrong. Do the shadow all the way under. It's fine. Anyways, here's our fine point. Remove it in. Give yourself a little bit of white line. If you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to do a white line. You can literally not, and that's fine. Like here, no white line. Why? Because that's just where my pen landed. And everywhere there's a red, or your shadow, you cover, that gives you that there. You have to do the top part. It's part of it. And there needs to be a connection. And then you can disappear in here. And there's that. But you see how the depth is coming with this? You just outline the red, your shadow, and connect it to the letter, the base letter. And as you do that, it gives off the illusion that it's kind of like a 3D letter. Then you can stop here. Like, you seriously can stop here and it'll be perfectly fine. I'm not kidding you. This will be fine. Now if you do it Let's speed this up a little bit. I'm going to do this really fast. There's one more step to this August that we can do. But I'm going to do this real quick to show you something. And this is how I do my normal brush lettering with this. This isn't perfect. This is just me running through it real quick. So I want to show you something. Remember when I said you don't have to connect it? This is what it looks like when you don't connect it and you put a little bit of white space in there. It gives it a different look. Oh, what the hell my kids are doing? There you go. It still gives it that pop out look. Alright, now back to this August. That's getting a little more and more detailed. I need a different gray because this gray already is not doing well. I need a lighter gray, which actually I have another one of those. It's a hard tip, so this will be easy. You go kind of under it. You underline it. You know what I'm saying? So like you see how this black line is longer than the red one to give it the kind of a oomph. Well, this one, this gray one, you underlined it. So you kind of shorten the shadow, if that makes any sense. So it literally looks like a shadow. Like shadows are supposed to be short or long depending on where the light hits. So that's what you're doing here. You're giving it that illusion that it's kind of off the page a little bit. These can connect. And of course, the wider you make it, the heavier the shadow. The thinner you make it, the shorter the shadow. So now you have, and you can do it anywhere. Like, see right there, I'm going to add a shadow. And then I'm going to add a shadow under here. Okay. And there you go. You got August as a shadow. Look at that. And I can do the same thing here with this one. But with it being like this, I'm going to take it and I'm going to do it on the pen. On the pen part. So it's still going to be short, but it's going to be on the black pen. On your fine line. That's what it's going to be on. Going to be a little more detailed. No space, no white space in between it. No. Gonna be right there on the line, and it's short. Look at that. Look what you did. Now, take it one more step further. This is my last and final step. We'll do the 8 or the 0.8 jelly roll or any gel pen with a white color. This is going to be a little hard on this A. I never really know where to put this thing. But to make it look like a bubble letter or make it look like the light is actually shining on it, you can do, okay, so for example here, you can do a line and a dot. Or you can just do a line and another line. So what you're supposed to do is do it where the curve is. It's kind of hard when you have a thin line like that. Let me show you here. So like on here, you do it on the, because the light is hitting this way again, remember? You make a curve. And you can do a short curve here. Don't do anything here. So your shadow is on one side, your light is on the other. So if we had our shadow on the right side of the letter, we want our light to be on the left side. And you want it to hit on the left side. You don't put it on the right side. You always put it on the left. This is a tricky letter. You can do it on both. There you go. Now, throw the added oomph. Add the dot. Don't add the dot there. There you go. You have your oomph letter. Now we're going to try it on August. The full August. This is going to be a little harder because, like I said, you have this line. It's a very, very thin line. So I'm only going to do a small spot. And you're supposed to do it closer to the edge of the letter. The left edge of the letter. Not in the middle where I did it, but you can do it wherever you want. I'm just saying as a suggestion. You find the curve and you do it just in the curve areas. Let's see, this one's going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to do this one. And the further down the letter you go, the shorter your curve is. So that one's long, this one's short. And there you have it. There is your lettering. It is hard to do because you have to think, okay, you have to do your base, then you have to do your next, then you have to do your next, you have to do your next. But for it, let me dumb it down. This was step 1. This was color step 1. This was color step 2. Where's my pen? This was step 3, your pen. This was step 4. And then your jelly roll was step 5. And I did it 2 different ways. Well, 3 if you count July, but that was pitiful. You do 2 different ways, and that's how you get it. So, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do July again. But let's do it in some different colors. I'm tired of seeing this red and black, to be honest. Let's do blue. And, yeah. I need another color. Let's throw that sand in there. Because the other cool part about this is finding your complementary colors. I don't think these are complementary. I think it's, I don't remember. I don't have my color sheet. So, my color wheel. So, you find a color and opposite of that color is the one that complements it. And I think blue is orange. Yeah, blue is orange. Also, another way to think about it is any football team or any, sports team, they do it real well. So, I'm in Alabama, so Auburn is navy blue and orange. Those are complementary colors. Alabama, red and white, which, no, but okay, whatever. But you get the point. Is look at a football team, like LSU, purple and yellow, or purple and gold, whatever it is. Those are complementary colors because they contrast each other. So anyways, let's do July. I'm going to do it in the bubble. And I'm going to clean it up. So just follow along. I'm not going to try to talk too much on this. Just kind of follow along. Oh, let's do another page. I didn't know that was going to happen. I should have known that was going to happen, but it didn't. Oh well. Now somebody wants to vacuum. Which, I mean, I'm fine with that. At least you're cleaning. Oops. Ooh. your July. It's not perfect, but there's you go. There's your bubble letter July. Looks like it's got some depth to it there. Looks like it's got you know, some defining factors. It's a fact July. So there you go. That's how I do my little bubble letters. That I learned from somebody on Instagram. Cannot tell you who, but I saw a version and I said, cool, I can make it my version. But there you go. That's how you have it. I want my dots on my August here. It feels naked without it. So we have dots on August. There we go.